If you manage the money you already have, you probably would see a raise in your income or spending power of 20%, maybe even 30%. If you just manage what you have already better. And I'm serious. And now to the video. One of the biggest questions I get: how can I make money fast? Let's have an honest conversation here. If you have not managed your money properly up to the day that you asked me that question or that thought runs past your mind, take the word fast out of it. Forget about it. Get over it. If you live long enough, Miss Sally Mae Jones, one of my neighbors growing up, if you live long enough, you will get old. If you live long enough, you will grow past this. Get fast out of your mind. Because fast just clouds objectivity. It is the reason that people are paying thousands of dollars for things that don't work, because they're looking for fast. Remember this: all sales are emotional. Every sale, every purchase you make, you're going towards some emotion or moving away from some emotion. Trust me on this. But with money, I have probably right now 50 of those emails in my Facebook email account. And I'm talking about within the last few weeks. Hey, I am here. How do I get to that next level? Fast, 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 fast. Okay. Fast is also relative. Let's go back eons ago, BC, before cable, when you had to really work a long time for your business made a profit most of the times, unless you just had esoteric information about the marketplace or you developed something new. Today, fast is 18 months, 3 years. That's very fast. Some people can do it in 6 months. Let me say this, and I'm going to say this, and if you're pissed off, so be it. The people that are creating a business from nothing and are making tens to 20, 30,000 of dollars per month are exceptional. Okay, they're exceptional. Or they spend a lot of money on the proper training. It just didn't happen. And I'm going to say something else. You could probably learn how to make $1 million a year right here from YouTube. You probably could. And this is what it's going to take. Number one, you must turn off the television. Number two, you must limit your social activities. Number three, you must watch informational, educational, learning videos 8 to 12 hours a day for the next 6 months. If you did that, you would probably be able to make $1 million within 18 months. That's how powerful the information is here. But let's look at that. 8 to 12 hours of video a day, 7 days a week. Add it up. It's 70 to 90 hours of gut-busting effort. See, this is the thing, because people are like, hey, I want something for free. I really want a free trial. There is nothing under the sun that is free. There's an opportunity cost for everything. When you breathe, you extend calories and you extend carbon. There's always give and take. There is no just free that you get something and there's absolutely no reaction, no cause and effect. That is a myth. And so many people are looking to get something, just something really good for little or nothing. And what's really bad about it is when it doesn't happen, they are fucking offended. They're fucking offended. They're mad. They feel bamboozled, led astray, because the reality is, and this is something I learned, and the reason I can speak this way is I used to be just like that. Well over a decade ago, I used to be just like that. Because I felt entitled. I felt that people they should give me their best for little or nothing from me, because honestly, I don't even really know how I developed that mentality, but getting rid of that mentality was one of the best things in my life because I see it every day. Let's take what I do. And just for the record, I get paid to sell stuff. I sell stuff. That's what I do. I sell stuff. I create informational products and I sell them. Some people are like afraid to say that because it's like, oh no, I just want to put it out there and hopefully they will buy it because it's so good, and then word of mouth will take off and everyone will love me and they'll love my product and I don't have to do anything. That is a dream. I don't care how many times you hear of these overnight success stories. As the great Paul Harvey used to say, what's the rest of the story? Or that's the rest of the story. Because there is something else. Because when you learn to lift up the veil and peer behind the curtain and see what the wizard is really doing, often it's totally steeped in work, effort, networking. They are working. Trust me on that. They are working. But let's really get to the core issue. Number one, you must manage your money or your money's going to manage you. I don't care how much money you get. If you won the lottery tomorrow and got $5 million, if you did not put a proper financial plan into play, the chances of you being worse off 5 years after that date are high, roughly 78%. Why? Because people have a bad relationship with money. Now, I know you're going like, hey, the title of this video is How to Raise Money. See, the thing is, there's another part of that. If you're going to raise money, you need to have a plan. You need to have a good, honest relationship with money. Because money is not power. Money is a tool. That's all money is. It's just a tool. It's a way for you to get something, services, effort, whatever. And the tool is only going to be as good as you are. And the thing is, I used to want to be a billionaire. Once again, this was part of the entitlement mentality. Yeah, I want to be a billionaire. And as I grew and I learned, that's the wrong way to attack it. If you say, I want to serve 1 billion people, the chances of you becoming a billionaire are pretty damn good. But if you're like, hey, I want to be a billionaire, but you have no product, no cause, no service, no effort, it's just all about you, probably not going to happen. You probably won't even be a millionaire because you're selfish. Everyone that I know that is rich, and rich for me is $10 million net worth, enough money that the interest almost provides 6 figures and leaves the principal intact. That's rich to me. Your ideal of rich may be different. For somebody that's living on the street, rich may be 100K. Shit, rich may be 40K. It's all about perspective. But all of those people have put out a tremendous amount of effort in this thing called life. Every last one of them, except for 2 that inherited the money. But going back through the family tree, the people that they inherit the money from, parents, uncles, grandfathers, put out a lot of effort. So the path is still the same. So unless you're lucky to be genetically linked to someone that really likes your ass, you're going to have to put out a lot of effort to get your own cheese. Now, I put together some stuff, 2 webinars, and I'm not going to talk about them in this video because there's a link below for those who are interested. You can go check it out. What I'm going to talk about is how do you create a better relationship with money so it's not going in and out of your life with high velocity. First thing you have to do is understand why you do what you do. And this is really good training for you if you want to own a business, because if you're going to go out there and start a business and you have really bad money management habits, you may kill a great business idea because of your lack of resources and management. I see it all the time. Like, let's take what I used to do, the storage auction business. My partner was an accountant. We were like ahead of the curve before I even knew there was a curve because she created spreadsheets, she created processes. It's like, okay, this is where the money going. This is what, we really track the money pretty much from day one. I can tell from a lot of the stuff I see on the internet that a lot of people don't do that. I can tell because there's no plan. And they'll say, and I'll give you a classic example. And I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to point fingers. But I'm going to say this. I did so-and-so, and I bought X for, say, $60, $70, $80, and I made $400. And they go and show you, the eBay, PayPal, whatever. And I'm going, no, you didn't. Because if you spent $80 and you went out on the storage auction trail or you went out picking, you spent X amount of dollars in gas. You spent X amount of dollars in insurance. You spent X amount of dollars on lunch. All of that is part of cost. But it creates leakage because people don't put that on the balance sheet. It's not on the balance sheet. They don't talk about it. So actually, you didn't spend $85. You more than likely spent $150. Maybe you spent $160. You may even spend $200. If you have a car payment, that's part of the cost. It's factored in. So really, you didn't spend $80. You spent anywhere from $150 to $200 or maybe even $300 when you add all of the true cost of the opportunity into the metric. People don't do this. And this is why you have that famous syndrome, and there's a lot of people that go through this. They had $5, $6, $7, $10,000 in sales on eBay, but they only felt maybe $1,500 go into their pocket. And they're like, wait a minute, but I only spent $3,000, and you got your PayPal costs, losses, chargebacks. There's so many things that need to go on that sheet, and that sheet has to be tight to the point that your head hurts, because one little wrong thing that you don't put on that sheet, one bad trend that you're not marking, because the thing is, every business has 3 metrics that you must watch, and those metrics are going to be slightly different for each business. You have to look at your initial capital, you have to look at your expenses, you have to look at your income, and hard. Like a hawk. Your eyes have to be on it like that, because any little change and you don't keep up with it, you can tank your business. If you notice, I change up a lot of stuff on my YouTube channel, start blogs, end blogs. All that is based on research, information, and metrics, because as much as I want to do something, if the metrics are saying, this is stupid, dude, I listen because it makes sense. Like one new thing with, I'll tell you, because somebody's like, hey, are you okay? Because I don't see the ads on the videos like I used to. I pulled back on the ads because some of the ads that were coming across my channel didn't make any sense for the content that I was putting out. They made absolutely no sense, and some offended me, and it wasn't like pornography or anything, but it didn't make no sense whatsoever. And there's some going on with the AdSense payments. If you Google it, everyone's talking about it. The month of January, people will have seen a 70-80% drop in earnings. Could be after the holidays, don't know. But once again, that's a metric-driven decision. I just don't do stuff in a vacuum. I used to, and my life was horrible. Because I was like, I'm making money, but where is it? Because you're not tracking every penny. And I don't care if you start a part-time business, middle-time business, full-time business, you have to track your expenses. That's why I love the storage auction business, because the margins were so high. Even when you screw up, and mark my words, I don't care what kind of business you're running, you're going to screw up at some point, or you're going to have a calamity, or something bad's going to happen. And if you're doing that thing that people love to talk about, give the max value for the least profit, because Amazon is real good. And that's the thing, if Amazon takes, this is going to be the thing. Amazon is pushing for the lowest price possible, which means if you're a merchant on Amazon, you're in harm's way, because you're diametrically opposed, because you're trying to make as much money as you can. But Amazon is, due to their business model, I have no problem with it. That's their business model. There's a lot of smart people behind it. But their deal is to keep prices as low as possible and push them more and run their business on lean efficiency. It's a great business model for them, but for you, is it great? Is it wonderful? Is it awesome? If you're part of that matrix, you could get crushed. I'm seriously, because the thing is, there's something called margin compression, and that's what a lot of people are going through. It's when you have to lower your prices based on market conditions versus your effort or what you paid. Doesn't matter what you paid, because the market's saying, that's what I'm going to pay. And if you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places that are selling it at that price, If you don't play along, chances of you selling your item are slim to none. And that's market margin compression. And everybody's feeling, margin compression, downward pricing pressure. And Amazon's the king of that, because if you notice, I haven't said anything about my Kindle books. I haven't said anything about CreateSpace or Amazon, because I'm directing all my traffic to my asset, my blog, something I control. Once again, a decision made by metrics. Because the thing is, you have to get into the information. Now, I know you're going like, what does this have to do with raising money? I want to just get some money, because once I get that money, I'm going to be able to do what I need to do, and I'll make more money and my problems will be solved. And I'm going to say, player, no, it will not. Your problems will increase because you do not have a sound, fundamental understanding of monetary systems and how money works and how money flows. You will actually be in a worse position. So I don't care if you make $30 a day. I don't care if you make $30,000 a day. You need to put in a sound financial platform for the money you currently have. Then, when you get more money, more money, and more money, you'll be in a better situation. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the message, because I see so many people that if they just make that one nuanced twist, just a little twist right there, their business would spin off 3 to 4, maybe 5 times more profit. But they're trying to get it for nothing and hit a home run. What you gonna do if you try it? You're gonna do it. But the thing is, there's a better way. And that's all I'm saying. So if you want to raise money in 2013, understand there are more systems, there are more opportunities, there are more platforms than you've ever seen before for you to get the money. But you must, without a doubt, make sure you manage what you already have before you get more.